ለመማር ወደ ትምህርት ተቋም መሄድ ግድ አይደለም። ናሽናል አቪዬሽን ኮሌጅ
ራሳችሁን ከኮሮና ቫይረስ ወረርሽኝ እየጠበቃችሁ በቤታችሁ ወይም በተመቻችሁ ቦታ በኢንተርኔት አማካኝነት በኦንላይን ትምህርታችሁን መከታተል ትችላላችሁ።
ካናዳ ከሚገኘው ኢንተርናሽናል ኤር ትራንስፖርት አሶሲዬሽን አያታና ከእንግሊዙ ኢንስቲትዩት ኦፍ ኮመርሻል ማኔጅመንት ICM ጋር በመተባበር የሚሰጡ ትምህርቶችን ተከታትላችሁ በ6 ወር ጊዜ በዓለም አቀፍ ደረጃ ተቀባይነት ያለውን የስልጠና ማስረጃ ባለቤት መሆን ይቻላል።
ልምድ ባላቸው መምህራን እየተማራችሁ ጥያቄና መልስ የክፍል ስራዎች ፈተና መፈተን ክፍል ውስጥ እንዳላችሁት አይነት በኦንላይን ባላችሁበት ቦታ ከናሽናል አቪዬሽን ኮሌጅ
የናሽናል ኤርዌይስ እህት ኩባንያ
ቤት ናችሁ?
አለን ሰላም።
እስኪ ባለፈው ሳምንት ከተወያየነው ውስጥ አንዳንድ ጥያቄ ልጠይቃችሁ። እስኪ ለምንድን ነው ማርኬት ሴግመንቴሽን የሚያስፈልገው ሰው የሚነግረኝ?
ታርጌት ከስተመራችንን ለማወቅ።
ኦኬ፣ ታርጌት ከስተመሮቻችንን ለማወቅ፣
ፕሮፊታችን ግሮዝ የፕሮፊታችንን ግሮዝ ለመጨመር ወይም
ኦኬ to increase the profits። ኦኬ
ያ አግዙኛ ብዙ
ያ እነዚህ አንቺ ጽጌረዳ ነሽ አይደል?
ጽጌረዳ ነኝ።
እሺ እንግዲህ የተለያዩ ጥቅሞች አሉት ማርኬት ሴግመንቴሽን። So before we proceed to the steps of market segmentation, to refresh your previous discussion, so we have been discussed the importance of market segmentation. There are different criteria to segment business market using macro or micro variables. So once we classified into smaller markets, so we try to select the target market. So once we select the target market, so we have to conduct different techniques to position or to put the product brand on the minds of the customer, which is known as market positioning. So in this case, before we proceed to the segmentation criteria, so first we have to, identify the total market. Who is the total market? Can we satisfy the total market with the existing product? If our answer is yes, so this could be a kind of market strategy like mass marketing strategy. Mass. If the capacity of the market is exceed the company's capacity, so we can segment into smaller market group. So based on different criteria, so we can select the best or attractive market segment. So in this case, let's proceed. So market segmentation is a research-based exercise. It should be a research-based exercise. So it's difficult to segment, randomly without making some research. So the research, if I'm not mistaken, we have been discussed market research and market intelligence in the previous course or in the morning session. So anyways, there are different research. Could be market research. So this market research is all about the type of customer, the need of those customer, and we have to identify the paying ability to certain product. So in this case, we have to conduct a research, marketing research before segmenting the market. So in this case, we can simply use demographic, or there are different classification criteria for segmentation. So in this case, the first step in market segmentation is first we have to collect different information about the customer using a survey method or this stage, the first stage is surveying stage. This surveying stage is simply collecting different information about the market through explanatory interview or through focus group discussion and so on. This is a certain kind of research, searching for information using different techniques like interview and focus group discussion. So collecting information about the market using interview or focus group discussion or using other technique is survey stage, or this is the first stage in market segmentation. So once we collect this information at this stage, the next could be analyzing and processing this information into, or this data into more usable information. So at this stage, the researcher, those who conduct the marketing research, now apply factor analysis. So this factor analysis is simply to cluster a market into different categories, or we have to understand the information collected from the survey stage. So the analysis, computational procedure. So we have to compete, or we have to, analyze the data into more usable information. So this stage is analysis stage. Once we analyze the information, so the next could be profiling. Profiling, I hope you may be familiar with the word profiling. So we have to develop a profile about each cluster. Once we identified the information, so we have to develop a profile. Simply, profile is an information that distinguish each stage or each cluster from other clusters. So in this case, we have to develop profiling information for each segment. So this is, the steps in market segmentation. The first stage is collect information about the market and analyze this information into more usable information. And the third step is profiling. We have to develop, a cluster profile for each segment. So we can identify one segment from the other through the profile information. So this is some of the steps. So the other subtopic could be a requirement for effective segmentation. So there are many ways to segment a market. There are different ways. So from these different ways, so we can take some of the effective ways of segmentation. So to segment a given market into smaller markets, first we have to use different criteria like measurable. Are they measurable? Which means we have to differentiate each cluster is a different size. We have to identify the purchasing power of each cluster, the purchasing power, and the profiles of the segment can be measured. So in this case, in steps of segmentation, the last step is profiling stage. So in this case, this profile should differentiate others from other segmentation. So in this case, when you segment a market, the market or the segmented or the segment could be measurable. This measurement is in terms of size, how large the market. In terms of purchasing power, the purchasing power is the ability to pay for a product. We have to measure, and we have to also identify the market in terms of profile. It should be different from the other segment. In this case, measurability in terms of size, in terms of purchasing power, in terms of profile information. So one of the requirements is measurable. If the segment is not measurable in terms of size, so it's better to use the mass marketing rather than segmentation. It should be accessible. This market segmentation or the market segment can be effectively reached and served. Accessibility means simply you can differentiate from the other and you can serve and you can reach differently using different marketing program, marketing promotion, or marketing activities. So it should be accessible. Accessible means it should be different from the other in terms of accessibility. And sometimes the other measurement or requirement could be substantial. It should be substantial, which means it should be large enough to generate a profit. If you segment a certain market, if the market is insignificant in terms of amount, so this segmentation may not be profitable. So in this case, when we segment the market, one of the requirements could be substantiality. Substantiality should be large enough for generating the profit. It should be large enough. The other requirement is differentiability. So it should be distinguishable from the others and respond differently to different market mix and element as well as program. Differentiability means it should be separate from the other marketing, from the other market segments. So the last requirement for a segmentation for market could be actionable. It requires an effective program for a certain segment. It should, it should be designed for attracting and serving the segment. So in this case, once we segment the market, we have to develop effective program for that particular segment. Otherwise, this segment may be served with the combination of other segments. In this case, no need of segmenting the market. So we need to serve using mass marketing instead of segmentation, unless we develop actionable program or a separate program for separate segments. So this is some of the criteria or requirements for segmentation. To segment a given market, we need this requirement, or we need this criteria. So the second steps of customer-driven marketing strategies, once we segment using different steps: survey step, analysis, and profiling step. So the next could be market targeting. Targeting is the process of selecting a particular segment among different segmentation. You can take the total market, and based on different criteria like demography. There are different criteria for industrial markets, geographical segmentation, or usage rates, or sometimes you can classify it based on macro or micro. Once we select, once we divide the market into different segments, it's difficult to serve all segments. It's difficult in terms of money, in terms of capacity, in terms of marketing program, and so on. Even if large corporations are unable to satisfy their customers with similar product with similar marketing activities. So in this case, they need to segment and select some of the attractive segmented area or market growth. So the process of evaluating different segments and decide on the best or attractive target market is known as market targeting. So market targeting is the process of evaluating the market segment and then decide on selecting one or two or three market segments depending on the capacity. So within target marketing, the first process is evaluation. We can evaluate different market segments from different criteria, or we have to take three factors. One, segment size. How large, the market, how large, and what it looks like in the future, which means the future growth rate or the growth trend. Or sometimes structural attractiveness and company objectives as well as resources are the criteria to evaluate different segments. So based on these three criteria, we can select the best segmented area, which is you can select one or two or three, depending on the number of segments. So what are the criteria to evaluate in market segment? One, segmented size and growth. The other is structural attractiveness. And the last could be organizational objectives and resources. What are our objectives? Serving, few customers with specific product, or serving large customers with similar products. So in this case, you can consider the availability resources. The resources are financial resource, material resource, or human resource. Depending on this criteria, so you can select the attractive market segment. So size and growth includes the company must first collect and analyze the data on current segment sales. How it is large in terms of sales, in terms of growth rate, expected profit for various segments, and so on. So comparing different segments using this criteria, so you can select a segment with high sales, high growth rate, and high expected profits. So this is another, one criteria. Segment and structural attractiveness. The company also needs to examine major structural factors that affect long-term segment attractiveness. Most of the time, this long-term attractiveness of a certain segment could be evaluated as compared with the other in terms of competition. Is there any competition in different segments? To what extent the competition is strong or enough or aggressive? So in this case, you have to select a structure or a segment with a lower competition or less aggressive competition as compared to the others. In terms of relative power of buyers, sometimes there are different bargaining power of the buyers. Buyers sometimes has different bargaining power, high bargaining power or low bargaining power. So in this case, as a marketer, you have to select a buyer with less bargaining power. So in this case, less bargaining power means simply the number of buyers are high. If the bargaining power of the buyer is high, so their number is low. So in this case, as a marketer, when you evaluate the market segment in terms of structural attractiveness, you have to you have to select a segment with low bargaining power. In terms of suppliers, suppliers may develop high bargaining power or low bargaining power depending on their number. If the suppliers of raw materials are in terms of numbers are large, their bargaining power is low. If they are few, so their bargaining power is large or high. So in this case, you have to select segmented areas where their bargaining power of suppliers are low. So in this case, in terms of price controlling, if their power is low, so the price will be set by the market. So in this case, you can evaluate and select the best marketing segment using structural attractiveness. And the third criteria for evaluating the market or the target market is the company objectives and resources. As we have seen earlier, different companies has their own objectives. And these objectives are achieved through different resources. So some attractive segments can be dismissed quickly because they do not match with the company's long-term objectives. Sometimes the objective may be short-term or long-term or medium-term objectives. So in this case, if the segment area satisfies the long-term objectives of the company, so you can select. If it doesn't fulfill the long-term objectives of the company, so you can dismiss quickly as much as possible, or companies may not select this kind of segment. So the company may lack the skill, the resource needed to succeed the attractive segment. So if you don't have enough human resource or other resources to succeed or to satisfy the segmented area or the attractive segmented area, so it's better to quit or reject that segment. So this different criteria is important to evaluate, and the next step could be selection. So these three criteria are important for evaluation purpose. Once we evaluate, the next step in target marketing is selecting the target market segment. Upon the previous three criteria, so you can decide on the best target market. Decide. The decision to choose one or two segment area is known as selecting target market. So target market consists of a set of buyers who share common needs. Target market will share common need or will have common characteristics. So in this case, as a company, you can select a specific target market with common need and try to satisfy that common need. So more generally, target marketing can be carried out at several different levels as follows. So without differentiating, you can use similar marketing strategy for different market need or market segment. That is known as undifferentiated or mass marketing. So this is important when the market is small market. Instead of separating small market into more smaller, it's better to serve the entire small market with similar market and similar marketing activities or similar marketing strategies. So if you might decide to ignore market segmentation or market segment difference. And the targets or the target, the whole market with one offer. Or simply, if you select 2 market segment or 3 market segment and try to serve these 3 or 2 market segment with similar marketing activities or marketing offer, so we can say this is mass marketing. Or in certain cases, you can start to serve the whole market without any difference, with similar marketing strategies known as mass marketing strategies. So that's why most companies try to address all customers with similar product, regardless of the customers' difference in terms of age, in terms of psychological factor, or any other differentiating factors. So try to serve a market without any differentiation. It's known as undifferentiated marketing strategy or mass marketing strategy. So the next marketing strategy is differentiated segment or segmented marketing strategy. If you decide to get several market segments and design separate offer for each market, if you select 2 or 3 market segments and design a different offer for each market segment, so this is known as segmented marketing strategy. Let's take some differentiation using the demography. So you can classify your customer based on age. You can classify it into 3 basic age: child, adult, or teenager, and adult. You can classify it based on age. And based on their age, if you provide different marketing offer for different market, for different age, so that's known as segmented marketing strategy. Once you identified the market based on their age and leave alone the age difference and serve with the same marketing strategy, that's undifferentiated. These 2 marketing strategies are opposites. Try to serve with different or separate market offer, and the first one is try to serve with similar market offer for a larger number of buyers. So the other kinds of marketing strategies, concentrated marketing strategy, or it's a little bit smaller marketing strategy. Niche means simply small. Niche means small. Selecting target market ማለት የመጀመሪያው እንግዲህ segmentation የሚለው ነገር ድርጅቶች ደንበኞችን ሙሉ ለሙሉ ወይም ገበያውን ባንድ ፕሮዳክት ወይም ባንድ ማርኬቲንግ ስትራቴጂ ሳትስፋይድ ማድረግ ስለማይችሉ ምን ማድረግ ይኖርባቸዋል? ገበያውን ወደ ትንንሽ ገበያ መከፋፈል አለባቸው ማለት ነው። ስለዚህ ምናልባት if you remember segmentation criteria, macro criteria, micro criteria ገበያውን ለመከፋፈል ማለት ነው። Once we classified the market into more smaller markets, አንዱን እንግዲህ ኢትዮጵያ ውስጥ 20 ድርጅቶች አሉ ብንል 20 ድርጅት ሳትስፋይድ ማድረግ ካልቻልን 20 ትልልቅ ድርጅቶችን ሳትስፋይድ ማድረግ ካልቻልን እነዚህን ድርጅቶች ወደ ትንንሽ እንትሮች መቀየር አለብን፣ ገበያዎች መቀየር አለብን ማለት ነው። ስለዚህ ምናልባት ወደ 4 ግሩፕ ወደ 3 ግሩፕ ልንከፍላቸው እንችላለን 20ዎቹን ድርጅቶች ማለት ነው። based on their usage, based on their, there are different criteria, purchasing criteria, there are different individuals participated in the purchasing process. እዚህ የተለያዩ ክራይቴሪያዎችን ተጠቅመን ወደ ትንንሽ ግሩፖች ወደ 2 ወደ 3 ልናደርገው እንችላለን ወደ 4 ግሩፕ ልንከፍለው እንችላለን ማለት ነው። ከከፈልነው በኋላ የትኛውን ግሩፕ መምረጥ አለብን? ግሩፕ 1፣ ግሩፕ 2፣ ግሩፕ 3 ወይስ ግሩፕ 4 የሚለው ነገር ይኖራል። ወይስ እንዳለ ያሉትን ግሩፖች ሰርቭ ማድረግ ይኖርብናል የሚለው ጥያቄ ራሳችን እንጠይቅና ባለን አቅም ባለን ኦርጋናይዜሽናል ኦብጀክቲቭ ተነስተን እንወስናለን። ከዛ በኋላ ምናልባት የመጀመሪያው ስትራቴጂ ሁሉንም ደንበኛ አንድ አይነት ፕሮዳክት አንድ አይነት ማርኬቲንግ ፕሮግራም ሰርቭ በማድረግ ማገልገል ወይም የምንመርጠው ሁሉን ማርኬት ከሆነ ማስ ማርኬቲንግ ይባላል። ሁሉን የምንመርጥ ከሆነ ግን ከዛ ውስጥ ደግሞ የተወሰኑትን አንዱን ግሩፕ ወይ ሁለቱን ግሩፕ ብንመርጥና የተለያየ ለተለያየ ግሩፕ የተለያየ ማርኬት ኦፈር ለምሳሌ አንዱ ፊኒሽድ ፕሮዳክት ሊፈልግ ይችላል አንዱ ስፔር ፓርት ወይም ሌላ ኮምፖነንት ሊፈልግ ሊሆን ይችላል ስለዚህ የተለያየ ነገር ለተለያየ ማርኬት ሴግመንት አድሬስ እናደርጋለን ወይም እንሰጣለን ማለት ነው እንደዛ ሲሆን ምን ይሆናል ዲፈረንሺየትድ ማርኬቲንግ ስትራቴጂ ይሆናል ዲፈረንሺየትድ ማለት የተለያየ ነገር ለተለያየ ገበያ ማቅረብ ማለት ነው በተለያየ ማርኬት ሴግመንት ሶስተኛው ኮንሰንትሬትድ ማርኬቲንግ ስትራቴጂ የምንለው ማለት ነው ኮንሰንትሬት ማድረግ ወይም በጣም አነስ ያሉ ደንበኞችን ማገልገል ማለት ነው በጣም አነስ ያሉትን አሁን ቀደም ሴግመንት ሲሆን አንድ ሴግመንት ወይ ሁለት ሴግመንት ሊሆን ይችላል የምናገለግለው ከሴግመንቱ ውስጥ ደግሞ ለምሳሌ ደንበኞቻችን በሶስት ከፍለን አንዷን ፓርት ብቻ ወስደን ካንዱ ውስጥ ደግሞ በጣም አነስ ባለ ክራይቴሪያ እንደገና ከፋፍለን የምንወስድ ከሆነ ኒች ይባላል ወይም ትንሽ ደንበኞችን ማገልገል ከሆነ ኒች ማርኬቲንግ ይባላል ማለት ነው ከኒች ቤታችን ማለት ምናልባት ሎካል ማርኬቲንግ ይባላል እሱን ስንደርስበት ዲስከስ እናደርጋለን ማለት ነው እሺ ስለዚህ አሁን ኒች ማርኬቲንግ ላይ ያለ ነው እንግዲህ ኒች ማርኬቲንግ የሚለው ሜቢ አንድ ሁለት ሴግመንትን ቅድም ካየነው ከሴግመንትድ ማርኬቲንግ ስትራቴጂ ለየት የሚያደርገው በጣም አነስ ያሉ ደንበኞችን ማገልገል ይሆናል ማለት ነው so using different limited marketing resources so we can serve or when the company faces a limited resource limited finance limited human resource and there are also other organizational resources which is limited in amount so when the resources are limited so we have to serve only few customers or we can take from the larger market we can take small part of the market which is known as the niche niche means small markets so this is for companies with limited resources so you know the resources are most of the time limited for small businesses so this is small businesses try to serve small customer so that's why this is known as concentrated or niche marketing so in addition to serving only few market or small market there are also micro marketing micro means try to serve at an individual level or at local level so what does it mean at local or individual level instead of serving a small market so you have to come into at individual level try to serve individuals with a certain type of product so this serving individual with tailor-made, which means product made based on the individual's need. The marketing program is also based on the individual's location or specific tastes of the individual. So in this case, if you provide a product or any marketing offer for individuals based on the individual need, and if you make some other marketing program at an individual level, so we can say this marketing strategy is micro marketing strategy or individual marketing strategy, or you can name it local marketing strategy. So in this case, sometimes business organizations may involve in, exporting or serving the local. Instead of sending to abroad or sending to other neighborhood, so try to serve only the surrounding or the local customer. So product is based on the local brand or serving the surrounding is local marketing. So from local marketing, you can further classify it into individual market. So this is the extreme marketing strategy. What it makes extreme, you can serve based on individual's need, not a group need. So this is the marketing strategies. The marketing strategy የምንላቸው ደንበኞችን አክሰስ የምናደርግበት አራቱ ነገሮች መጠቀም ትችላላችሁ። ምናልባት የመጨረሻው ማይክሮ ማርኬቲንግ try to serve only the local community or the local customer as well as serving individuals. So this strategy is important when the company is limited in terms of resources, and when the company engaged in product or production of particular products. Sometimes very luxury products are using individual marketing strategy. ምናልባት አሁን ትልልቅ ድርጅቶች አይታችሁ ከሆነ ኢንዲቪጁዋል ማርኬቲንግ ማለት እንግዲህ ሰው ብቻ ሳይሆን አንድ ድርጅትን ወይም አንድ ድርጅት ተኮር የሆነ ማርኬቲንግ አክቲቪቲ ከሰራ ማለት ነው። ለምሳሌ ለናሽናል አቪዬሽን ኮሌጅ ብቻ ብሎ የሚያመርት ከሆነ ኢንዲቪጁዋል ማርኬቲንግ ይባላል ማለት ነው።
በትምህርት ከፍ ብሎ መብረር ይቻላል። ናሽናል አቪዬሽን ኮሌጅ የናሽናል ኤርዌይስ እህት ኩባንያ ከከፍተኛ ትምህርት አግባብነትና ጥራት ኤጀንሲ ሙሉ ዕውቅናን ባገኘንባቸው በማስተርስ ዲግሪ ኤምቢኤ በስትራቴጂክ ማኔጅመንት፣ ኤምቢኤ በባንኪንግ እና ፋይናንስ፣ ኤምቢኤ በቢዝነስ ሊደርሺፕ፣ ኤምቢኤ በሪስክና ኢንሹራንስ፣ ኤምኤስሲ በኢንተርናሽናል ትሬድ እና ኢኮኖሚክስ ዘርፎች በእውቀት ለመቅረጽ የበቁ ፕሮፌሰሮቻችን አረንጓዴ መብራታቸውን አብርተዋል። በነገራችን ላይ በኬንያ ሀገር ከሚገኙ ስመጥር ዩኒቨርሲቲዎች በሚመጡ ፕሮፌሰሮች የትኩረት መስክ ትምህርቶቹ መሰጠታቸው ልዩ ያደርገናል። በምርጥ የትምህርት ስርዓት የተገነባው ናሽናል አቪዬሽን ኮሌጅ በመጀመሪያ ዲግሪ በአቪዬሽን ማኔጅመንት፣ በሆቴል ማኔጅመንት፣ በአካውንቲንግ እና ፋይናንስ፣ በማርኬቲንግ ማኔጅመንት አስተማማኝ ትምህርት ይገቢውና ራስዎንና ሀገሮን ይለውጡ። አድራሻ 22 አደባባይ ወደ ሾላ በሚወስደው መንገድ ላይ ናሽናል አቪዬሽን ኮሌጅ የናሽናል ኤርዌይስ እህት ኩባንያ ህልሞን እውን ያደርጋል።
እስኪ ምናልባት እዚህ ላይ ከአራቱ የማርኬቲንግ ስትራቴጂዎች ከማስ ማርኬቲንግ ወይም undifferentiated marketing, differentiated marketing, niche marketing ወይም ማይክሮ ማርኬቲንግ ውስጥ ለበጣም ትልልቅ ለሆኑ ድርጅቶች ለምሳሌ ኢትዮጵያ ውስጥ ኢንዱስትሪያል ፕሮዳክት ከሚያመርቱ ድርጅቶች ውስጥ በጣም ትልልቅ የምንላቸው አሉ። የትኛውን ማርኬቲንግ ስትራቴጂ ይጠቀማሉ ብላችሁ ታስባላችሁ?
ማስ ማርኬቲንግ በጣም ትላልቅ ከሆነ ማስ ማርኬቲንግ፣ ግን እንትን የሆነ መካከለኛ ያሉ ኢንዱስትሪያል ከሆነ ደግሞ ዲፈረንሺዬሽን።
ለምሳሌ አሁን individual ወይም local marketing practice የሚያደርጉ የትኞቹ አይነት ድርጅቶች እስኪ እኛ ሀገር ውስጥ ልንጠቅሳቸው የምንችል እስኪ ኤግዛምፕል የሚሰጠኝ እስኪ
ተቃጠለና አነስተኛ ከሆኑ ኤግዛክት ከስተመራቸው ማወቅ አለባቸው ስለዚህ በጣም ስሞል የሆኑ ኦርጋናይዜሽኖች ናቸው እሱን የሚጠቀሙት
አሁን ለምሳሌ አካባቢያችሁ ላይ ያለ ፈርኒቸር ማኑፋክቸሪንግ ምን አይነት ስትራቴጂ ነው የሚጠቀመው ኒች ማርኬቲንግ ነው ወይስ ኢንዲቪጁዋል ማርኬቲንግ ነው የሚጠቀመው የትኛው ማርኬቲንግ ስትራቴጂ ይጠቀማል ብላችሁ ታስባላችሁ አካባቢያችሁ ላይ ያለ ካምታ ስሞል የምንላቸው ለምሳሌ ክላሲፊኬሽን ላይ ታስታውሳላችሁ አይደል ማርኬት ኦርጋናይዜሽን ክላሲፋይድ ሲደረጉ ስሞል ሊሆን ይችላል ሚዲየም ሊሆን ይችላል ላርጅ ሊሆን ይችላል depending on the number of employees depending on the capital depending on the sales and so on ምናልባት ኢንተርፕረነርሺፕ ላይ ታስታውሱ ከሆነ ስለዚህ ከ6 ሰራተኛ እስከ 30 ያሉ ሰራተኛ ያለው ድርጅት ስሞል ቢዝነስ ይባላል ለምሳሌ እነዚህ ድርጅቶች አካባቢያቸው ላይ ከ6 ሰራተኛ እስከ 30 ሰራተኛ ያላቸው ማኑፋክቸሪንግ ሊሆን ይችላል በተለይ ፈርኒቸር ካምፓኒዎች የትኛውን ስትራቴጂ ይጠቀማሉ በብዛት
ፈርኒቸሮች አይ ቲንክ ኒች ይመስለኛል ለኔ ማለት ነው ግን አሁን
እንትኑን ክራይቴሪያ
ኢንዲቪጁዋል ማርኬቲንግ ግን የሚመስለኝ ለምሳሌ አሁን የሰፈር ሱቆች አሉ አይደለ እዛ አካባቢ ያለ ኢንዲቪጁዋል ሊመርጥ የሚችለው ነገር መሰለኝ ኮንሲደር ላይ ያደርጉ የሚችሉት ያኛው ስሞል ስለሆነ ምናልባት ኒች ነው የሚሆነው
እሺ አሁን ኒች ማለት producing a product or the marketing offer for smaller groups ለግሩፕ ነው የሚያመርተው ለግሩፕ ለምሳሌ አሁን ሚዲየም ወይም ስሞል ያልኳችሁ ለዛ ነው ለምሳሌ አሁን ከ6 ሰራተኛ እስከ 30 ሰራተኛ ያለው አንድ ፈርኒቸር ካምፓኒ ስሞል ቢዝነስ ነው እንለዋለን ስሞል ቢዝነስ according to the size criteria classification አሁን እነዚህ ሰውን ቤዝድ ያደረገ ወይም እኔ ሲጂ ባዛቸው የኔን ፍላጎት መሰረት ያደረገ ነው ወይስ አጠቃላይ ለግሩፕ ለምሳሌ ለወንደ ላጤ ብለው የሚያመርቱት ይኖራል ለባለ ትዳር ብለው የሚያመርቱት ይኖራል this is the classification based on demography እንደዛ ከሆነ ምንድነው የሚሆኑት based on group need ለምሳሌ ለባለ ትዳር ብለው ሲያመርቱ አንድ ፕሮዳክት እንበልና ምን ሊሆን ይችላል ማለት ነው ግሩፕ ነው ለምሳሌ ለትምህርት ተቋማት ብለው የሚያመርቱት ፕሮዳክት ካለ የትምህርት ተቋማት ኢትዮጵያ ውስጥ የሚገኙ የግል የትምህርት ተቋማት ብለው የሚያመርቱ ከሆነ ኒች ማርኬቲንግ ይባላል አጠቃላይ የትምህርት ተቋማት ብለው የሚያመርቱ ከሆነ ደግሞ ምናልባት ሴግመንትድ ማርኬት ይሆናል ማለት ነው ኒች ያልኩበት ምክንያት የግል ስለሚል የግል ተቋማትን አንድ ላይ አድርገው ሰርቭ የሚያደርጉ ከሆነ ማለት ነው ግን ስፔሲፊካሊ ለአንድ ድርጅት ለናሽናል አቪዬሽን ኮሌጅ ብለው የሚያመርቱ ከሆነ ደግሞ ኢንዲቪጁዋል ማርኬቲንግ ይሆናል ማለት ነው ስለዚህ depending on their size depending on objectives or depending on structural or attractiveness of the organization we can classify it as or using different marketing strategies ስለዚህ እነዚህ ሰፈር ውስጥ ያልሻቸው ነገሮች አንድ ሰው ስፔሲፊካሊ ኮንሲደር አድርገው ምርት የሚያመርቱ ከሆነ ኢንዲቪጁዋል ማርኬቲንግ እንላቸዋለን ግን እዛ አካባቢ ያሉ ሰዎችን ታሳቢ አድርገው እዛ ብቻ ያሉትን አካባቢ ታሳቢ የሚያደርግ ከሆነ ደግሞ ሎካል ማርኬቲንግ ይሆናል ማለት ነው So using these different marketing strategies, so choose the targeting strategy. So there are different marketing strategies and target market or in market segmentation. So the best strategy depends on the company, resource, the degree of product variability. ምናልባት እንግዲህ የምንመርጠው የደንበኛ ወይም ደንበኞችን የምንመርጠው ካለን ሪሶርስ ካለን የፕሮዳክት ቫራይቲ ወይም ምንድነው የሚባለው ፕሮዳክት ቫራይቲ ማለት ያለን የፕሮዳክት ልዩነት ማለት ነው ብዛት ማለት ነው maybe the other targeting strategy or strategy for targeting the product's life cycle stage. So products, just like human being, pass a number of life cycle. Start from product development, product growth, maturity, and decline stage. There are 4 basic product life cycle. So depending on the product life cycle, so we can choose the appropriate target. We can choose. So in this case, product life cycle is one of the major factors for choosing targeting strategy. The other targeting strategy is market variability. So there are different types of customers in the market. So the variety or the types of market is one strategy or one factor for targeting. So depending on the variability of the market, depending on the competitor's strategy, so we can choose the appropriate segment. If the competitor's strategy is very strong, or if the competitors are using mass marketing. So you have to try to use individual marketing or the other could be niche marketing. Try to serve customers overlooked by competitors. So in this case, depending on the competitor's strategy, we can choose our strategy. Computer strategy is important. ለምሳሌ ደንበኞቻችን ምን አይነት ስትራቴጂ ነው እነሱም አራት አይነት ስትራቴጂ ነው የሚጠቀሙት ከአራቱ ውስጥ አንዱ ነው የሚጠቀሙት ለምሳሌ አንድ ዲፈረንሺየትድ ማርኬቲንግ ስትራቴጂ ሊሆን ይችላል ዲፈረንሺየትድ ኒሽ ማርኬቲንግ ወይም ኢንዲቪጁዋል ማርኬቲንግ ሊሆን ይችላል የሚጠቀሙት ማለት ነው ገበያ ላይ ስለዚህ እነሱ undifferentiated marketing ወይም differentiated marketing የሚጠቀሙ ከሆነ እነሱ ያላዩአቸውን ደንበኞች ወይም እነሱ ሰርቭ የማያደርጓቸውን እኛ አይደንቲፋይ ማድረግ ይኖርብናል or this is known as niche marketing or individual marketing so this is some of the targeting strategies so once we select the target based on the company's resource, based on the market variability, based on the competitor's strategy, so we can select our target. So once we select the target, so we have to provide a different product, a different value for our customer or for our target market. So the process of providing a different value for our target is known as differentiation. So differentiation, so this is the process of differentiating your value from the competitor's value. This is the essence of differentiation. So the company must decide on value proposition, on how it will create differentiated value for the target segment is and what proposition it wants to occupy in the segment. So if you decide to differentiate your product, on which way you are going to differentiate your product, on what value you are going to differentiate your product. Sometimes companies may differentiate their product in terms of quality, in terms of design, in terms of value and so on. So you have to decide on which value you are going to differentiate. So differentiation means simply creating your product is different from the competitor's product. Or you have to create some proposition, some concepts that makes your brand is different from the competitor's brand. So you have to create something in the minds of the customer. You have to create. So how you are going to differentiate your product? Can you tell me one product is different from the other in terms of value? So can you give me 1 or 2 examples that makes a given product in your feeling which is different from the other, or in terms of your perception? Since we are talking about industrial products, let's assume industrial products. በኮምፒውተር ነው ወይስ በሞባይል ላይ ነው እናንተ እየተጠቀማችሁ ያላችሁት? በኮምፒውተር የሚጠቀሙ
በሞባይል ነው የሚጠቀመው።
ኦኬ ሁላችሁ እሺ ለምሳሌ let it be this is industrial product let's assume you are using the product for further process. ለምሳሌ ሌላ ኢንዱስትሪያል ፕሮዳክት ለምሳሌ ትምህርት ቤታችሁ ውስጥ የምትጠቀሙት ፕሮዳክት ሊሆን ይችላልና አንዱ ከሌላው በምን የተለየ ሊሆን ይችላል?
Quality?
In terms of quality. So can you measure? Okay, price. This is a kind of strategy, pricing strategy. Brand. Okay, brand. ለምሳሌ ቲቪ ብላችሁ መጀመሪያ የሚመጣላችሁ የቲቪ ብራንድ ወይም ብራንድ ማለት ታውቃላችሁ ስም ሲምቦል ወይም ኮምቢኔሽን ሊሆን ይችላልና ምንድነው መጀመሪያ የሚመጣላችሁ ግላራችሁ ላይ ቲቪ ስላችሁ ወይም ኮምፒውተር ስላችሁ
ቲቪ ስትል ኤልጂ
እሺ
ፒሲ ካልክ ኤችፒ ወይም ቶሽባ ሄድሮኮን
ቶሽባ ኦኬ ስለዚህ አሁን መጀመሪያ የሚመጣላችሁ ይሄ ነው ስለዚህ አሁን ለምሳሌ ይሄ ፖዚሽኒንግ ይባላል ለምሳሌ ይሄን ብራንድ የደንበኞች አእምሮ ላይ ታትሞ እንዲቀር ማድረግ ፖዚሽኒንግ ይባላል ስለዚህ ደንበኞች ልክ እቃው ማስታወስ ያቃ ሲጠራ እንዲያስታውሱት የሚያደርገው የፖዚሽኒንግ ስትራቴጂ ነው ስለዚህ አሁን ልክ አሁን ኤልጂ እንዳልሽው ኤልጂን ከሶኒ ምንድነው የሚለየው በምንድነው መለየት የሚቻለው that's known as the process of differentiation ይሄ ለምሳሌ በደንበኞች አስተሳሰብ በደንበኞች perception ወይም feeling የምንፈጥረው ልዩነት ይሆናል ማለት ነው so as a marketer you have to make some differentiation strategies on the minds of your customer so that process could be differentiation so you can differentiate your product a certain product from other product in terms of quality so what's quality
ማለት የአንድ ዕቃ ጥራቱ እና ምን አይነት የህይወት ጊዜው አሁን ጥራት
ዲፋይን ስታደርጊው አሁን ለብዙ ጊዜ የሚያስጠቅም ብለሽ ነው ማለት ዱሬቢሊቲ እሺ አንዳንዶች ደግሞ በዚህ quality subjective now so a product is said to be quality by one customer may not be quality for other customers, since the measurement of their quality is different. But there are certain characteristics that evaluate quality, durability, strength, functional ability. If product meet the customer's expectation, so you can say that product is quality. Meeting expectation in this course is quality. So we can differentiate a certain product from another product in terms of what? Quality. So quality is simply the perception of the customer, the perception. Meeting the perception is quality. So in this case, we can differentiate products using different techniques like design. You can differentiate your product in terms of design, in terms of quality, and so on. So this differentiation and positioning activities are preparing perceptual positioning map. Perceptual positioning map means simply try to show customers about our product, about our brand. Show our customers to think of our products. So we have to do something. We have to do something to customers to remember our product whenever the products are mentioned. So in this case, the first step in differentiation and positioning is preparing perceptual positioning map, which shows consumers' perception of their brand versus competing brands. You have to show your brand with another brand. And choosing a differentiation and positioning strategy. So we have mentioned different differentiation strategies. Differentiate in terms of quality, in terms of design, in terms of workmanship, and so on. So once we develop or choose differentiation strategies, identify the possible value difference. So you have to identify the possible value difference between your brand and another brand. ለምሳሌ በሶኒ እና በኤልጂ መካከል ምንድነው ልዩነቱ የሚለውን ነገር ማሳየት መቻል አለብን ማለት ነው። And if customers are understand the real difference between your brand and another brand, so you can take over competitive advantage, take an advantage over the competitors. ለምሳሌ በኤልጂ እና ወይም በቶሺባ እና በኤችፒ መካከል ያለው ምንድነው ልዩነቱ የሚነግረኝ ሰው አለ? ለምሳሌ ብራንድ ጥሪ ስትባይ ኤልጂ አርሽ ወይም ቶሺባ ወይም ኤችፒ ላፕቶፕ ዘርሰው ማለት ነው። ግን በእነዚህ መካከል በብራንድ ዲፈረንስ ምንድነው ያለው ልዩነት? If I possibly identify the product value difference, so customers will take an advantage over that difference. So in this case, your company will be advantageous. So in this case, in differentiation and positioning, first prepare conceptual positioning map. So this conceptual positioning map is created in the perceptions of the customer, and choose a differentiation strategy. What's our differentiation strategy? Is it value or is it price? There are a number of differentiation strategies in terms of quality, design, and functional ability, and so on. Once you identify, choose. So identify the possible value difference. So once we identified the possible value difference, choose the right competitive advantage. How you are going to take an advantage over the competitors, since you identified your product difference from the competitors. So selecting an overall positioning strategy. So you will study in marketing, I think principle of marketing, or if you take principle of marketing, there are different positioning strategies. When you position the brand name should be short and memorable and meaningful. It should be. ስለምሳሌ በጣም አጭርና በደንብ የምታስታውሱት የስም አይነት ቅድም ጠቅሳችሁ ይኛል። እኛ ሀገር በብዛት ስም ሲወጣ የፖዚሽኒንግ ስትራቴጂ የተከተለ አይደለም በብዛት ማለት ነው እኛ ሀገር ውስጥ። ስለዚህ ስሙን አይታችሁ ከሆነ በጣም ረጅም ስም ለማስታወስ የሚከብድ ስም ይሆናል አንዳንዴ የሚወጣው ማለት ነው። And when you position, when you develop for positioning strategy, the name should not connote a bad meaning with other language. Should not. ምሳሌ አንዳንዴ የወጣው ስም በሌላ ቋንቋ በጣም መጥፎ ትርጉም ሊኖረው ይችላል ማለት ነው። ያን ሁሉ ተጠቅቀን መሆን አለበት ማለት ነው ብራንድ ስናወጣ። ብራንድ ፖዚሽኒንግ ከምን ይጀምራል? ከስም ማለት ነው። ስለዚህ እስኪ እኛ ሀገር ውስጥ የምታስታውሱት ስም እስኪ ንገሩኝ እስኪ። አሁን በብዛት ያስታውሳችሁ የሚቀደም የውጭ ሀገር ስም ነውና እኛ ሀገር ውስጥ ያሉ የዕቃ ስሞች እስኪ ንገሩኝ።
ገላግሌ
ላቭሊ
ገላግሌ የሚባለው
ገላግሌ። ኦኬ ገላግሌ።
ጣና
ምን?
ጣና ስልኩ።
ኦኬ ጣና። ኦኬ አጭር ነው ለማስታወስ እና አንዴ በጣም ረጅም ስም እስኪ እነዚህ አሁን ብራንድ ስናደርግ ማለት ነው በጣም አጫጭር ስሞች ቶሎ የምናስታውሳቸው የማይረሱ በደንበኞች አእምሮ ውስጥ ለብዙ ጊዜ የሚቆዩ መሆን አለበት ይባላል። ፖዚሽኒንግ ስትራቴጂ ነውና አንድ በሆነ አጋጣሚ ለሆነ ስራ ወጣ ብዬ ነበርና ወደ ክፍለ ሀገር አንድ ስም ወደ የት አካባቢ መሰላችሁ? ቦረና የሚባል ነገር ሰምታችሁ ታውቃላችሁ?
አዎ።
እና የሆነ ሆቴል ስም ላስታውሳችሁ ፈልጌ ነው። ምናልባት በደንብ አሁን ስሙን አላስታውሰውም በጣም ረጅም ከመሆኑ የተነሳ ድሮ በእንትን ጊዜ የወጣ ስም ነውና እንግዲህ ኢማጂን ምን ያህል ረጅም እንደነበረ ማለት ነውና it's difficult to remember, it's difficult to position in the mind. so አጋጣሚው ነው ያው በስሙ ስለገረመኝ እኔ አስታውሳለሁ ግን በአጋጣሚ ላስታውሰው አልችልም በጣም ረጅም ስም ስለሆነ ማለት ነውና እንደነት ፖዚሽኒንግ ስትራቴጂ ስትጠቀሙ በጣም አጭር ስም እና ልናስታውሰው የምንችለው አይነት ስም ቢሆን የተሻለ ይሆናል። በሌሎች ቋንቋዎች ደግሞ የተለየ ትርጉም መስጠት አይኖርበትም። ምክንያቱም ሰዎች በተጻፈው ነገር ሲያነቡት ደረሳቸው ትርጉም ሲወስዱት ጥሩ ያልሆነ ትርጉም የሚሰጥ ከሆነ የፕሮዳክታችን ብራንድ ጥሩ አይደለም ማለት ነው። ስለዚህ when we select and position our brand, the brand name should be short, precise, and should be memorable. now እዚህ አካባቢ ወጣ ብላችሁ በጣም ብዙ ረጃጅም ስም አለ ለማስታወስ የሚከብድ ማለት ነውና at least you have to avoid as a marketer, avoid long and time taking brand names. So this is the end of this chapter. Any question with regard to this chapter? እስኪ የመጀመሪያውን ይሄ ያለቀው ቻፕተር segmenting industrial product segmentation or customer-driven marketing strategy. This customer-driven marketing strategy starts from market segmentation to market positioning. First, you have to segment the market, target marketing, differentiation, and positioning. This is the four marketing strategies in customer-driven marketing strategy. So first, you have to select the market, segment, position, differentiate, and finally, positioning. So we have been discussing different issues within this four major issues. In segmentation, we have been discussing criteria for segmentation using macro and micro criteria and the benefits of segmentation. And we have been discussing what's target marketing, the benefits or the steps of target marketing. We have been discussing differentiation in line with market positioning. There are different criteria to segment, differentiation and segmentation. So the fifth chapter of this course is a little bit vast chapter, a little bit vast. So this is about industrial product decision. So there are different decisions with regard to the products. So we can make individual product decision, we can make product line decision, we can make product line and product with, there are different types of decision. So in this case, this chapter is simply comprises different decision about the product, types of product decision. So we can produce different types of products. I hope we have been discussed the classifications of industrial products, classification about type, raw material, components and spare parts, capital items, and there are different classification. So in this case, we'll see different industrial product strategies. We will discuss in this chapter product life cycle. So this product life cycle, just like a human being, a product passes different product life cycle. So in this case, this chapter is a little bit vast and it will take more time than the previous chapters. So what does it mean, a decision? What's a decision? ምን ማለት ነው? እስኪ ኢንዱስትሪያል ፕሮዳክት ዲሲሽን ስንል ወይም ዲሲሽን ስንል ምን ማለታችን ነው? እስኪ ምን ያገራኝ? እስኪ
በአንድ ፕሮዳክት ወይም አንድ ድርጅት የሚሰራው ስራ የሚያደርጉት ሁሉም ነገር የሚፈጸመው ነው ውሳኔያቸው ማለት ነው።
ስለዚህ አሁን ምን አይነት ፕሮዳክት መመረት አለበት የሚባለው ውሳኔ አለ። ፕሮዳክት ላይፍ ሳይክሉ የምንወስነው ውሳኔ አለ። ምን አይነት ክላሲፊኬሽን መጠቀም አለብን፣ ምን አይነት ፕሮዳክት ፖሊሲ፣ ምን አይነት ፕራይስ፣ ምን አይነት ዲስትሪቢዩሽን ቻናል መጠቀም አለብን የምንለው በሙሉ እነዚህ ምን ይባላሉ? ኢንዱስትሪያል ፕሮዳክት ዲሲሽን። ለምሳሌ ኢንዲቪጁዋል ፕሮዳክት ዲሲሽን የምንለው አለ፣ ፕሮዳክት ፖርትፎሊዮ ዲሲሽን ይባላል፣ ፕሮዳክት ላይን ዲሲሽን የምንለው አለ። ማለት ፕሮዳክት ላይን ማለት ለምሳሌ similar products try to company try to produce similar products or variety products that serves a similar need or a similar want. So that could be a product line. So within one product line, so you can decide the variety. So that's known as the product mix, the product mix. So in this case, we'll see different decision. So we'll see product policy, product portfolio decision. There are a number of decisions with regard to industrial products. So the overall marketing strategy is comprised of 4 basic sub-strategies of product, channel, promotion, and price. So this is, the previous unit's marketing strategy. Once we understand using this marketing strategy, so we have to gather information about the market. This information is important for marketing manager to make a reasonable decision with regard to the nature of the product, the type of product, and the type of price we are going to set for that product. So in this chapter, we'll discuss further the product, or the first P. If you remember in the previous chapter, I think in chapter 3, in chapter 4, marketing strategies or marketing mix, product mix. So we'll see that product decision. In the next consequent chapter, we'll see a decision about channel or distribution channel. We'll see the promotional mixes and the pricing strategy. The remaining 2 chapters, I think the course has 7 chapters. The remaining 2 chapters, chapter 6 and 7, deals about product, promotional channel, price, and distribution channel. These 3 things will be discussed in the next chapter. So this chapter deals about products. So what type of product? We are talking about industrial products. So the decision starts from the product line. How many products should be produced within one product? How many? So it depends on the type, or it could be sometimes substitute products. So in industrial product strategy, we have to develop product planning. So product planning, simply the process of investigating when the product is introduced to the market and how we are going to set a price, and there are different decisions. Sometimes new products should be introduced to the market, and some products are deleted or eliminated from the market because of the need of the customer or because of the market. Some products are not added to the market for existing customers. This strategy is known as product strategy. Sometimes if you create a new market for existing product, that strategy is marketing strategy. Sometimes we can modify existing product for existing market, or sometimes we can modify and bring new product to totally new market. This is a kind of diversification strategy. So in this case, so what we have to know here is, there are different marketing, product decision. The decision about what type of product we are going to produce, and new products should be added, or some products should be discontinued, or this known as elimination techniques. So in this case, when we develop a new product, so we have to first develop product planning and product strategy. Within this product planning and product strategy, so we have to develop product policy. We have to establish product policy, setting product objectives, searching out new product addition. So this is different issues we have to know in industrial product decision, the decision to establish product policy, the decision to set product objectives, the decision to search for a new product addition, determining the product specification. So we have to determine the product specification, introducing the new products, modifying existing products. So this is all about the decision. Dropping all the products. Some products maybe drop out in the market, drop out. And you may not know different products were dropped and replaced with a new one. So in this case, there are different products. You may mention some product which is drop out in the market. ለምሳሌ ማርኬት ላይ የሌለ ፕሮዳክት እስኪ ግን ከዚህ በፊት ስንጠቀምበት የነበረ የሚያስታውሰኛል አሁን ገበያ ላይ ድሮፕ አውት የሆነ ግን ከዚህ በፊት ስንጠቀምበት የቆየን ማለት ነው
ስማቸው ነው ወይስ
ስማቸው ለምሳሌ ይሄ ፕሮዳክት ገበያ ላይ ነበር ግን because of the decision drop out የሆነ
ፌስታል ኩርቱ ፌስታል ነበር አሁን ግን ሌላ አንድ አይነት ስትራቴጂ ነው ግን ስሙ ተቀይሮ መጥቷል
ኦኬ drop out ተደርጓል እሱ modified ነው የተደረገው ወይስ drop out modified existing product ወይም dropping ኦኬ ስሙ እሺ ለምሳሌ እንትን ታውቃላችሁ ፍሎፒ ዲስክ
ፒሲ ላይ የድሮ ፒሲ ላይ የሚጠቀሙት
ያው ፒሲ የለውም አሁን ፒሲ እና አሁን ለምሳሌ እነዚህ ፕሮዳክቶች ምንድነው ድሮፕ አውት ነው የተደረጉት ከዛ በምን ተተኩ በሲዲ በመነ ምናልባት ደግሞ አሁን ሲዲ ድሮፕ አውት የተደረገ በፍላሽ በምን ከሲዲ ወደ ራይቴብል ምናምን የተደረገው ድሮፕ አውት የሚደረጋው so this should be described in the product policy and in product planning or it's a decision about the product maintaining the proper product line ለምሳሌ product line እስኪ የሚነግረኝ ምን ማለት ነው እስኪ product line ለምሳሌ ዲተርጀንት ቢባል እስኪ ስንት ፕሮዳክት ላይን አለ የሚነግረኝ ዲተርጀንት አሁን አንድ ድርጅት ዲተርጀንት ብሎ የተለያዩ ፕሮዳክት ላይኖች ሊያመርት ይችላል
ፕሮዳክት ላይን የምንለው አንድ ብራንድ ኔም ኖሮት ግን በስሩ ያሉት የተለያዩ እቃዎችን ሲያመርት ነው
ግን የተለያዩ ማለት
አንድ አይነት ተመሳሳይ የሆነ እንትን ያላቸው አገልግሎት ማለት
አሁን ለምሳሌ የንጽህና እቃ ሲባል አንድ ፕሮዳክት ላይ ለምሳሌ የንጽህና ፈሳሽ ሳሙና ደረቅ ሳሙና ሊሆን ይችላል ዲቶል ሊሆን ይችላል የገላ ሳሙና ሊሆን ይችላል እነዚህ ፕሮዳክት ላይ ይባላሉ ስለዚህ ፕሮዳክት ላይ ማለት ለተመሳሳይ አገልግሎት የሚውሉ ግን የተለያየ ለምሳሌ አሁን የሴቶች እቃ ብትወስዱ ሊፕስቲክ ሊኖር ይችላል ሻዶ ሊኖር ይችላል ሳምቲንግ አንድ ላይ እነዚህ በሙሉ አንድ ሴት ውስጥ ያሉ እንትኖች ምን ይባላሉ ፕሮዳክት ላይን ይባላሉ ፕሮዳክት ላይን ማለት ነው ስለዚህ appropriate የሆነው ወይም proper የሆነው ፕሮዳክት ላይ ሜንቴን ማድረግ መቻል አለበት አንድ ሰው ለምሳሌ የጽዳት ዕቃ ፈልጎ የልብስ ሳሙናም ሌላ ሳኒታይዘር እቃዎችንም አንድ ላይ ማግኘት እንዲችል we have to maintain the proper product line አንድ ላይ መያዝ መቻል አለብን ማለት ነው one window shop እንደሚባለው ማለት ነው and we have to develop appropriate packaging ያው ስለ ፓኬጂንግ ማርኬቲንግ ስለሆናችሁ ታውቃላችሁ ይሄ ፓኬጂንግ የተለያዩ የፓኬጂንግ ስታይሎች አሉ ኢነር ኢንተርናል ኤክስተርናል ፓኬጂንግ ስትራቴጂዎችን ማዘጋጀት አለብን ምክንያቱም አንዱ የፕሮዳክት ዲፈረንሺዬሽን ስትራቴጂ ምንድነው ፓኬጂንግ ነው እስኪ ለምሳሌ አሁን ሱቅ ሄዳችሁ ጥሩ ፓኬጂ የታሸገ ዕቃ እና በብትን ፌስታል ከሚሰጣችሁ የትኛው ፕሪፈር ታረጋላችሁ
ዌል ፓኬጂንግ
well packed የሆነውን ትፈልጋላችሁ ስለዚህ packaging and differentiation strategy ነው by the way differentiation using the product so we have to develop a well packaging policy and we have to after service ምናልባት እንትን ላይ ታስታውሳላችሁ ጧት አንድ ፕሮዳክት ሶስት አይነት እንትን ያለው core product actual product እና augmented product ይባላል augmented product ማለት ምናልባት ስለ ሰርቪስ ጀምረን ነው አይደል የቆምነው ታስታውሱ ከሆነ እዛ ጋር ስለሚያዝ ማለት ነው ምናልባት ሰርቪስ ማለት customer service but after service ወይም augmented service ማለት ነው so we have to develop technical assistance and pre or post sales service required so we have to provide before and after sales pre and post means before and after ለዚህ እነዚህ ነገሮች ሰርቪስ መስጠት አለብን ቴክኒካል አሲስታንት መቼ እቃውን ከመግዛታችን በፊትም ከመግዛታችን በኋላ ማግኘት አለብን ይሄ ምን ይባላል አጊመንትድ ሰርቪስ ይባላል በተለይ ፖስት ሴል ሰርቪስ የምንለው ማለት ነው በተለይ ይሄ ኢምፖርታንት የሚሆነው ለኮንሱመር ጉድስ ሳይሆን ለኢንዱስትሪያል ጉድስ ነው ኢንዱስትሪያል ከስተመር ለምንላቸው ማለት ነው ስለዚህ እዚህ ቻፕተር ላይ እነዚህን ዲስከስ እናደርጋለን ማለት ነው በብዛት how can we establish product policy how can we set product objectives searching for new product addition አንዳንዴ የተለያዩ ስትራቴጂዎችን ስንጠቀም አዲስ ፕሮዳክት ዲቨሎፕ ልናደርግ እንችላለን ካለን ፕሮዳክት ውጪ ማለት ነው የአይነት ምናልባት ማርኬቲንግ ፕሪንሲፕል ኦፍ ማርኬቲንግ ወስዳችሁ principle of marketing
ወስደናል
okay እስኪ የማርኬቲንግ ስትራቴጂ market strategy product strategy diversification strategy within diversification strategy concentric diversification horizontal diversification and conglomerate diversification ምናልባት የምታስታውሱት ከሆነ ማለት ነውና conglomerate diversification ማለት completely new product introduced to the market አሁን ለምሳሌ የጽዳት ለምሳሌ ምን አይነት አሁን የናንተ አሁን የምትማሩበት ኮሌጅ ናሽናል አቪዬሽን ኮሌጅ አሁን ከሚሰጠው የመማር ማስተማር ሰርቪስ which ለምሳሌ ማኑፋክቸሪንግ ቢጀምር ይሄ ዳይቨርሲፊኬሽን ይባላል ኮንግሎመሬት ዳይቨርሲፊኬሽን ማኑፋክቸሪንግ ቢጀምር ማለት ነው አሁን ከሚሰጠው ሰርቪስ የተለየ ማለት ነው ስለዚህ ኮንግሎመሬት ማለት አሁን ከምናመርተው ፕሮዳክት ወይም ሰርቪስ የተለየ የምናመርት ከሆነ ዳይቨርሲፊኬሽን ይባላል ምን አይነት ዳይቨርሲፊኬሽን ኮንግሎመሬት ስለዚህ ይሄ ነው አሁን አንዳንዴ searching out new product addition አዲስ ፕሮዳክት አድ ማድረግ እንችላለን ከዚህ በፊት ያልነበረው ፕሮዳክት ስለዚህ ፕሮዳክት ስትራቴጂ ይባላል ይሄ ማለት ነው ስለዚህ እነዚህ በሙሉ በዚህ ቻፕተር ላይ ትንሽ ሰፋ ይላል ይሄኛው ቻፕተር ከሌሎቹ ቻፕተሮች ሰፋ ይላል በጣም እዚህ ፕሮዳክት ስትራቴጂ ዲስከስ እናደርጋለን በፕሮዳክት ውስጥ ከፕሮዳክት ከኢንዲቪጁዋል ፕሮዳክት እስከ ፖርትፎሊዮ ፕሮዳክት ማለት እንግዲህ mix of products different products producing variety products so if you produce within one product line a variety product that could be a product mix so within product mix we see product depth product width and product scope I hope you may be familiar with the difference between, industrial product and consumer product. And their strategy is also different. Since the product is different, so their strategy could be different. Can you mention one or two differences between consumer product and individual product? ስለ ስትራቴጂው ሳይሆን ስለ ፕሮዳክቱ ልዩነታቸው ምንድን ነው? እስኪ በኮንሱመር ፕሮዳክት እና በኢንዱስትሪያል ፕሮዳክት።
ኮንሱመር ፕሮዳክት ምንለው ለኮንሰምፕሽን ፐርፐዝ ፕሮዳክት የተደረገ ፕሮዳክት
for final
good ፋይናል
for final consumption
እንደዛ ይመስለኛል። ኢንዱስትሪያል ፕሮዳክት ግን የምንላቸው ምናልባት ሴሚ ፊኒሽድ ሊሆኑ ይችላሉ ወይም ደግሞ ሮ ማቴሪያል ሊሆን ይችላል። ቢዝነስ ቱ ቢዝነስ መሃል ያሉ ፕሮዳክቶችን ይመስሉኛል። ፋይናላይዝ ያልተደረጉ ሊሆኑ ይችላል።
ፋይናላይዝ ያልተደረጉ in terms of characters ታቸው ደግሞ ምናልባት most of the consumer goods are easy, which means easy for consumption, and most of them are finished goods. Most of them they are for consumption purpose. This is some of the difference. Industrial goods and consumer goods. This is the durability. So pre-sale service. So before pre-sale, industrial products get 23.7%. Consumer goods 12%. Then consumer, sometimes then durable. So depending on durability, which one is more durable? Industrial products. Postal service, most of industrial products require postal service. Postal means simply post service, after sales service. Technical and technical research and development activity or effort. So most of the industrial goods and consumer goods, so they need more research and technical activity, research and development activities. In marketing, there are a number of activities that makes these two products are different. Most of the industrial products are for further process. Consumer products are for final consumption. So this is some of the difference. So we have been discussing some of the difference between industrial market and consumer market. So the market difference applies on the product difference. So next time we will discuss this on detail. And please come up with some reading.
ልዩነት መፍጠር ዓላማችን ነው። ዓለም አቀፍ ተወዳዳሪ መሆን አለባችሁ። የናሽናል ኤርዌይስ እህት ኩባንያ ናሽናል አቪዬሽን ኮሌጅ ጥራትና ደረጃውን የጠበቀ ስልጠና በመስጠት ብቁ ዜጋ እያፈራን ነው። በፍላይት ኦፕሬሽን፣ በበረራ መስተንግዶ፣ በቲኬቲንግና ሪዘርቬሽን፣ በሆቴልና ቱሪዝም ሙያዎች አሰልጥነን ተወዳዳሪ እናደርጎታለን። ኮሌጃችን ካናዳ ከሚገኘው ኢንተርናሽናል ኤር ትራንስፖርት አሶሲዬሽን አያታና ከእንግሊዙ ICM ጋር በመተባበር ዓለም አቀፍ ዕውቅና ያለው ስልጠና እየሰጠ ይገኛል። በፍላይት ኦፕሬሽን፣ በበረራ መስተንግዶ የምንሰጣቸው ስልጠና ከኢትዮጵያ ሲቪል አቪዬሽን ባለስልጣን ሙሉ ዕውቅና አለው። አድራሻ ከጎላጉል ታወር 22 አደባባይ ወደ ሾላ በሚወስደው መንገድ ላይ የናሽናል ኤርዌይስ እህት ኩባንያ ናሽናል አቪዬሽን ኮሌጅ ህልሞን እውን ያደርጋል።